Hi there.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good, good.
Awesome. Hey, everybody. Come on, sneak over here. All right, folks. All right. This one's special. All right. Welcome to Beyond the Horton Town Square Gates.
There you
It's
go.
me, Matt.
It's me, cat.
And ridiculous. Meow. I, we have snuck across the Horton Town Square gates. They were closed because they were doing a big cleanup. Over here in Horton Town Square. They needed everybody to stay away
Yeah, like
while they cleaned up.
they had to steam the sidewalks, right?
Yeah, you know how they do. There's a lot of gum spit out. Watch that, citizens of Salem. All right. We had trash receptacles all up and down the street, not particularly photographed here, but they are there. I promise.
I bet there's not a footprint or stick of gum to be found at Crestwood Country
In Fairmont Crest.
Park, Fairmont Crest.
I feel like they have like such technology that if somebody were to spit out some gum on the sidewalk, it would just bounce right off and hit the person right in the face. So something like that, some sort of anti-gum technology baked
I
right
bet.
into the concrete of Fairmont Crest. Hey, Keita. Hey, Michelle. Welcome back to the channel.
Hi,
We're
guys.
we're chilling. We're hanging out. We're loosey goosey here this afternoon,
Yeah,
blending two shows together on completely different
yeah,
networks.
completely different. I think we should start with something from Days of Our Lives, though,
Because it's been so long.
because it's been so long.
And it's appropriate because we're here on the Days of Our Lives chalkboard.
Yeah.
I'll,
We,
I'll switch it over to Beyond the Gates at some point. But
yeah, we have not talked about Days of Our Lives in a minute.
no, we got big action happening, Ma. We're really gearing up to the end of one, the welcoming back of another.
Yes, that we're gearing up to John Black finally, you know, the storyline is finally going to have a conclusion, I think.
We're getting there.
Even though, my goodness, on Friday though, it looked like they are boosting Marlena's hopes for nothing.
Well, we got to go on the roller coaster of emotion, right?
Mhm.
Just because we know what the result is going to be, that doesn't mean the people in Salem do.
Right, right.
It's a bummer, though. That's for sure. That's
It
for
is.
sure. But I'm still on board. I'm still having fun. There's still action. There's still adventure. There's still intrigue.
There is. There is.
I'm old Maddie.
Yeah, I saw that.
So because I'm big John. I'm a big old Patchy fan. I'm
Yeah.
a big Steve Johnson fan from way
Uh,
back.
well, let's talk about the biggest thing this week has been the whole drug thing in the hospital.
Yes.
The whole caper thing for the drug and how it ultimately Philip got one of his old friends that happens to work in the lab to help him out. And even though their plan was somewhat slick and it would have worked. But he got found out.
If it wasn't for those crazy kids and that dog too.
Right. So he wound up having to take the whole brick of the stuff and head on out of there.
Yes.
Then it's stolen, and then the doctor comes back, and
This, that, and
oh,
the other. It was a whole thing, Ma. It was a whole thing. And Philip, I mean, poor Philip, because if this was 3 weeks ago, he'd never have done this. Oh, the poor guy. He's lost his foundation. He really thought he had a good thing going. So did Xander, and Xander's gonna kick his ass. By the way, I don't know if you saw that.
I saw that on Friday. Yes, the heck out of
He
him.
sure did. He sure did. Oh no, this is the worst fear. Yeah, I mean, he's like one baseball bat away from Sarah's worst fear from the result of this.
Exactly, exactly. And Xander was, he was off the hook. He was on Friday. Holding like making a whole grandiose thing about it. How he was a mercenary and stuff. I kill men with my bare hands.
With my bare hands when I came back here to be a gardener. Don't you understand what I've been through in order to get my crown? Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Well, welcome, Sandra. I hope you washed your hands after taking out the garbage and adulting. But now you can hang out with us and ignore your responsibilities for a little while.
Just for a little while.
Just for a little while, as we're talking about days of our lives,
Right?
settling into Salem. Settling into Salem. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So Philip, with the drugs and the hospitals, the hospital can't afford to lose any drugs right now. Okay, they almost had to close just a couple of weeks ago if it wasn't for the super carnival that saved the day. You know, if it wasn't for the just mountain of money that was dropped on Alex and Chad, you know. The hospital, you know, they don't have the financial resources to recover a huge theft like this. They're gonna have to
No, they
replace that.
don't. But I think because the drug is wound up going to be used on Bo. Ultimately, Bo's going to get his dose of it.
That's the whole thing, right? We're going
Of
to wake
course.
up Bo. Is John going to sacrifice himself in some way, and that wakes up Bo? Is what the hell? You know, I mean, we're definitely Bo-centric. Bo is coming back, folks. We know this. We've known this for
Yes.
a long time, but it becomes
So
it's taking reality. It's taking shape now.
it could be as simple as this. So the drug works on Bo, and it gets lickety slip. Like really quick. FDA approval, all that, and the hospital doesn't need to be sold because now they got a buttload of
Because now
money.
they have all of this money with this miracle cure made of lizard DNA that's going to save the hospital at the last hour. It's not going to take a Brady Bunch song. They're not going to have to do a battle of the
They
bands.
don't need EJ to buy it.
They don't. Good guy
They
EJ.
don't need Titan Demera to buy it.
Nice guy EJ. Cool
Yeah.
dude EJ. Girl dad EJ. He's not even a girl dad.
EJ. I thought maybe, that little episode he had was going to change him a little bit. I don't think so.
No, not anything. Not
One of
anything
the,
substantial.
of course, being Days of Our Lives and Goofy as all get out, we got to see lots of Susan this week.
I know, right? You just love to see her. She just sprinkled up. She's such an asset to be able to be used. I mean, not overused, but used enough. Like this week, where it's just super fun, and not overstaying your welcome or anything like that. Plus, Ma, she's free. They can write her whenever she wants because she's played by somebody that's already there.
I just love Stacy when she gets to be silly Susan.
I just love Stacy. Like, period. Stacy Hyduke, please respond to our Instagram message and come hang out with us here, right here on this YouTube channel.
Yes, please.
Oh, goodness. Let's make this short-lived for Xander, says Sandra. We don't need old, nasty Xander, she says. Sandra likes good guy Xander, nice guy Xander, Victoria's daddy,
Yeah.
you know?
Xander, I, in the time that of course, we've seen Xander do some things, but I've never seen totally out of control Xander.
No, we haven't seen that. We joined Xander on the tail end of his journey to goodness. We were there with him when he found out he was Victoria's daddy. Because
Yes.
he didn't know at first.
He didn't know at first.
It was a Rex, right? Rex was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's who she came to town with, pretending that was her. Her man, they were just friends. He wanted it to be different, but it wasn't for
But it
her.
wasn't. No. Instead, her heart still pitter pattered for one Xander. I just can't not think about him, Maggie.
Yeah, and everybody said that he's no good.
And he's no good, but
And
actually he is.
no, he's been through a lot of stuff, actually. Xander's been through a lot of stuff, but I guess I'm looking forward to seeing him bad though, because he's got such a bad reputation.
He
And it
does.
seems like he must have been pretty dang good at it.
I mean,
So,
I feel like the actor can really go there. Paul Telfer. When he looks up at you past his brow and
yeah,
gets
he
all
does
angry and
I don't know.
grabs a baseball bat, Brady. Yeah.
Yes,
We've
he
seen little
does.
bits of it. I guess it's very Victor. I guess I don't know because we don't know Victor, but because as we continue to learn more about these families, the Kiriakises and the Demiras.
I saw a little thing that next week, I guess, I saw Philip on the ground and Xander was kicking him.
Oh yeah, he was kicking him. He was kicking him, huh? He was really beating the crap out of that guy. It was
He's gonna
it was
get right
so
out of him next.
violence galore. It is gonna be your bread and butter. You're going to love it.
He's gonna what next week, isn't
It's gonna
he?
beat his button. Well, no, who knows? Maybe it's a dream. Maybe he just wallops him and just dreams of kicking his ass even more, or he really does. I don't know.
Really
Will
does.
Sarah have to run in with Victoria in her arms? Stop it, Xander! You're scaring the baby.
Huh.
Maggie shows up with a shotgun and she's just like, stop.
I know.
Can you imagine Maggie? Old redhead Maggie showing up, just, all right, I think that's enough.
You know, she cocks it with one hand, like
Do that. Days, if you didn't do that, go back in time and do that. That's so funny. Tracy's Fractured History and More says that Xander is crazy.
well, I'm looking forward to kind of seeing it. He's gonna be mad as hell at Sarah too. You know, when I finds out that she knew about all this, she knew about it.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. And I imagine that part is the secret's going to come out sooner rather than later, because she's been tortured about this whole thing ever since the truth has come out. She just can't stop wringing her hands about it, and eventually he's going to notice.
Eventually,
You know, she just can't let go of her just tension when it comes up in the room.
yeah.
Sandra wants to know who Kat was talking to on the phone. Who do you think, Ma?
Who?
Kat was talking to somebody on the phone. Who do you think it was? Does she know that Clyde Weston is actually out of his coma?
I don't.
And
I
he's
don't
very
recall
alive.
I don't recall this scene.
That's because nobody cares about Kat.
Sorry. I don't recall the scene.
No, I mean it's all right. I mean, maybe it is the beginning of a new. Sandra wants to know: is it the beginning of a new story? Perhaps, because I know that they're still fishing around, looking for ways to anchor the Green family there, right there in Salem. Especially, I mean, I know. Who knows what the relationship was like between them and Billy Flynn, and how if he had said, "Oh, by the way, when my contract's up, I'm not interested in signing," because like she's attached to Chad right now, but we know that we're not going to have Chad for longer than a year.
Yeah.
So that can't be her long-term connection to the town.
And there's no recasting of Chad.
I mean, now that we know of it as it stands right now, you know, I would say that we even know that Billy Flynn is leaving on accident.
Oh, good.
You know, like somebody said something it shouldn't have, and then here's the soap press going with it.
Could be.
You know, because I don't know. I don't know. Like, Days gets themselves in trouble with how freaking far ahead they are.
That yeah, because it's more likely a spoiler to happen.
Sandra, please give me more details about this. Xander was out of control when he practically cooked Nicole and Eric alive in a warehouse by turning the heat way up. Xander almost baked Nicole and Eric in a warehouse. That's a Days of Our Lives move, big time.
Crazy person, huh?
What a Days of Our Lives movie. We're not locking you in a freezer. No, that's too simple for here in Salem. No, we're going to lock you in a warehouse and turn the heater on to maximum and then break the thermostat.
Oh my God.
Hi, Jeannie.
Love in the afternoon.
Oh my gosh. Holy smokes. That's crazy. Sandra thinks this is going to be recast. So we'll see. We'll see. And if they do recast, maybe it'll be Chad Duell. Wouldn't that be a thing? Maurice Johnson's looking for a job.
Yeah, over there at the gates, huh?
Yeah, because they swapped him out this week.
They did, and you know what? I already like the new guy.
I
already like the new guy better.
I just switched the background. I'm going to try to keep up with this as we swap topics.
I do. I like the new guy better.
So I think that, I mean, here's the thing. I don't know. We don't know anything, folks. So sit here.
The other dude, you guys.
Hey, sit here and join the rumor mill with us here on the 10th floor, folks, as we are beyond the gates of Salem Town Square. Beyond the Salem Town Square, Horton Town Square gates. Anyway, so here's the thing. What if, because this Keith D. Richardson, who plays Ted now, okay, he's an actor. He's an actor's actor. He's been out there. He's got a resume.
I've seen him. He's in Dreamgirls, right?
I believe so, yes. I think that's what we talked about a couple of weeks ago with the chat.
I have, and I do think yes. Seeing him on it.
Right, but he's got a resume is the whole point. And so I'm thinking, what if, now join the rumor mill with me, folks, because I don't know. But what if he was their first choice and he was unavailable because of this, that, and the other thing? He's doing a Broadway tour, a thing, and that, and whatever. And so they used Maurice Bernard to begin with. Maurice Bernard. I think his name is Maurice Johnson. I think that's his last name. Tell me if I'm wrong. To play Ted to begin with, kind of in the back of their mind knowing, well, if Keith becomes available, we already sort of talked to him about it, then we'll do a little switch doodle. Because he slid right into that thing. He's been Ted presence from the very, like, he just it's like he doesn't need to find his footing. And like you said, like it was very easy to accept the new Ted, as much as we didn't find a problem with the old one.
And even though, of course, I have a problem with the old one, I didn't have a problem with the old one. I like this one better already. I know he has an ease that the guy didn't have.
You can sort of see why he got into this situation a little bit better.
It seems like he's just found his pocket.
There's a little. It's like he's. How do I phrase this correctly?
Even though their physicality is so different.
Very different. Very, very different. It's like I can see the minor villainy behind the charm of Ted and the performance from this guy versus the other one. Like there's a little more clarity of characterization, we can say. And I don't know if that's due to anything. I don't know. I'm no expert in that realm. But when it comes down to it, like there's still just a very valid interpretation of the character of Ted at this point in the journey, I guess, is the note. So I'm with it. Yep. It was been one of those things that we were waiting for. One of those countdown moments. When is the switch gonna happen?
Yep, and sure did happen. And they did the part of the
oh yes, the classic traditional. What to it? Well, maybe you didn't see it on Monday, or Tuesday, or Wednesday, or whatever. So. I like that they chose the classic, the role of Ted was now played by Keith. I'm with it. I'm with that. We don't need to do the fancy, I'm holding you at gunpoint, and then at one moment you're this one, and then we do one cut and back into the other, and now you're the other guy. We don't need to do that.
I thought it was ridiculous that Ted wanted to take Eva to the country club right away.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was ridiculous. I don't think how would he think that her reception was going to be any better than Haley's was by going to the country club with Bill?
Oh, well.
That's not going to turn out well. It's too soon. Too soon.
Just understand and recognize that while, things have been hard for you, Miss Eva, never in a million years are you going to be a part of this family over what you did to my daughter. Please know that.
That's what Anita said, and she said it twice. She she said that mess on 2 episodes.
She sure did. She was practically ready to flip the table on Eva. Mm-hmm. If I could make a scene right now, I would.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Eva. So she's not gonna maybe not gonna immediately get her Dupree fantasy, but Ted and Martin.
At this point, if Eva's not really Nicole's child, I'll be shocked.
There's no way that she's not. But at this point, though, we got Ted and Martin sort of, on the side of sympathy. It's just going to be harder to win over somebody who originally had the last name of Dupree, or has had it for 50 years. That's where the challenge is going to be. Not the Richardsons, but the Duprees.
Yes, but I think Anita needs to be, she needs to be taken down a notch, maybe.
Well, she's very hoity-toity. She's high society lady.
She's a highfalutin, isn't she?
She's a highfalutin woman, is what she is.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to the first, really, really good meaty scene between new Ted and Nicole.
It'll be good. It'll be good because that's it's like, I don't know what to relate it to, but it's going to be, I guess, a true test of chemistry, a true test of belonging, we can say. Is the fireworks and the fight between these two more enjoyable to watch between these actors than the previous ones, is always what it boils down to when it comes to the audience. When it comes to people who are putting together the show, attitudes, timeliness, how much money did this person cost, are they fun to be around, all these sort of things kind of melds into the decisions. But from the audience point of view, Am I liking it or am I not? Is what this boils all down to the basics for.
And I don't know. I would be really, really surprised if am alone in this opinion. Ashley and Derek just need to go away.
Just burn in a fire. Just have that apartment complex just go down. Just go down. You're not even tension or angst for Andre and Danny, you
Can't we
know.
just, can't we just get rid of Ashley and Derek?
Like, let's focus on Katie McLean's character. You know, let's have her fill that gap. You know, showing the people who don't live on this side of the gates, but on that side. That's what it is. It's the characters who are beyond the gates. You know.
It's very interesting to me with how lavish their sets are.
They
Their
seem so
sets are quite
large, don't they?
lavish.
They seem so
They're-
big.
Yes, and lavish, and
Probably
we
more room
haven't
in
sets
Atlanta.
like that in a while. They're lovely.
There's more room in Atlanta in
Boy,
the sound stages, I guess.
but the casino looks like it's a card table set up in my garage.
Well, I think
What in the world is that?
I think that's supposed to be the point, though. I don't think it's supposed to be like this grand place with a huge parking lot. I think it's
Well,
supposed to
of course,
be behind a
of course not.
laundromat.
But it could be middle of the road. There could be a neon sign. Or, you know what? A couple of like I don't know. It could be. It doesn't have to look like. It doesn't have to even look like outside of Reno. It doesn't even have to look that good.
You know, I'm just not convinced that it's supposed to be like a casino that has
I know,
has a
but
listing in the
if
yellow
it
pages.
goes there, it's like I guess it's supposed to just come off as just as seedy as can be, right?
Like the Blue Dog Tavern or whatever, you know.
And it's cracked me up that that Danny and what's her name? What's Katie's character's name?
Oh, I don't remember.
The other
Her
one's
friend.
Vanessa.
I don't remember.
Pamela.
Pamela, that's it.
Right. How are they going to turn into they're going to go to that environment and they think they're going to turn that tray of coins into chips into real money?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no way the house is never gonna always win at a place like this.
Oh boy. And now Dumb Doug is well. That's when I'm sorry. I'm going to have to start calling him that.
Dumb Doug. I mean, where is this leading is really the big question. Because I thought I was pretty sure a while ago, but now I'm not. You know, I'm not sure with the whole gambling and cops and is he crooked and all of that, those other like non-main stories. I don't know what they're all leading to or what they feed into or why they exist.
I think Joey just appears to be the seedy, horrible person, and ultimately his get is really Vanessa,
But
and
why?
Doug is entertainment.
Is so, but what?
But he's really after her money.
But why isn't? But here's the thing. Here's like I get like here's the story. This is the story. Here's the logic behind the story. All that sort of stuff. Totally sold. Totally get all of those points. My main question is, why on this particular program are they telling these particular stories? Like what is it about? What is it for? Who is it for? What is it just to round out the hour? Because I guess am I trained in
Guess it's
2025 to expect an umbrella story and I'm just not trained to watch something that's on its own for the sake of being on its own?
okay. This is what I think. I think. Okay, I think there should be an umbrella story that's within the hospital,
Okay.
which is Ashley and Derek.
Okay.
It's just not any good.
Ah. You think that they're a link between some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they could be,
Got it.
a subplot story that's not right there at the country club, is not part of a Dupree. It could easily be within that hospital. It's just that what they've chosen with the hospital is not
I
on
see.
any.
I see what you're saying.
Not,
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
and the
John.
fact that Doug works there kind of makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
Makes him more.
I guess that is the bridge environment because Nicole works there and Ted works there and da da
Yes.
da da. So the hospital, yeah, it is the bridge environment between the casino shenanigans and then our Duprees and our Richardsons and our Fairmont Crest Club.
It's just that the Ashley Derek part has just not.
Got
it's
it.
just-
And with the
they-
flirtation between Ashley and Andre,
Yeah.
There's that potential, the kindling that's going to light the fire on the other side of it of sorts. All right,
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. I guess yeah, it's just
Yeah.
weak. It's just weak. Ah,
Yeah. And I
poor
tell you
them.
what, I don't think little Kit Kat brat, cat brat, poor baby. I don't think she ought to be in a closed environment with Sherry or Anna or Dana or Leslie.
Or
I
whoever she wants to call herself.
Right, because I kind of thought that cats should be a little bit scared. They were in too much isolation there, and she's a crazy one. I don't think if she had to run Laura off the road and doesn't have anything against her, really, what is she willing to do for Kit the cat?
Terrible, horrible, no good, very bad things.
Yeah, so I was a little bit, woo, boy, I don't think I'd want to be in it. Not if, not if she becomes really desperate.
Is Laura's
But
mom gonna be the one that
possibly
gets the
start
revenge? Is
the
that
recording.
is huh? Well, is Laura's mom gonna be the one that ultimately gets the revenge on Leslie?
I hope so.
Is she gonna be the one that just runs Leslie over?
Well, I don't know if we ought to do that, but I think it's going to be found out very quickly that Eva's not the one because she kind of misled Kat. Eva's not the one that ran Laura off the
Of
road,
course
and I
not.
think that's going to become clear pretty quickly that it's not
Yeah,
Eva. It's indeed Sherry and Dana Leslie. Like,
the woman with many names. John Lindstrom looks like he's enjoying playing Joey, says Sandra, so that's nice. And then questions about June, because we spent a lot of time on June, the
a
homeless lady
lot of
this week.
time on
And so the
June.
question is, who is she, why? Who is she and why?
Yeah.
And
So what's up with the faded
I
tore up picture?
I agree with Kita, who suggested that June might be Samantha and Tyrell's mom.
I've heard that too, and I think that's very plausible that could be true. I've also heard that she's one of the girls from Anita's era. I don't think so. I don't think
Maybe
so.
not.
I think she's would be more likely to be Tyrell and Samantha's mother.
What if she's both? What if she's from Anita's group and she's Samantha and Tyrell's mom? And it ties into the secret because Martin beat the crap out of her husband and stole the babies.
My gosh. But didn't they tell the story that the children went with be, they were adopted not as babies but as young children,
And then
right?
stole the children.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they said that because the show's too new to react very quickly to fan questions and plot, because there's just not enough overlap between reaction and film time for them to really do that quickly. But they did clarify the ages, like why does Smitty and Martin at these presumably young 30s ages have these old ass children? And it's and they mentioned that they weren't adopted as babies to help facilitate that timeline of ages.
Yeah, because it does seem like Smitty and Martin are just barely tapping on 40, perhaps.
Something like that. I mean, they would have to be
And
over
it would be,
35 because of
yeah,
the whole
you would,
presidential thing.
well, sure, and it just doesn't make sense that they're going to be together and have enough time to elapse that they're already deciding to adopt two children
You know,
at 22.
right. Yeah. There's a little more youthful exuberance usually found in the gay community before you settle down to adopt a child, and it does not usually occur at the age of 22. I'm not going to say never, but usually you're still out having a good time at that age, and you don't really want the babies until you're 37.
I wouldn't think so.
Even straight couples don't want no babies until they're 37 now.
Well, yeah, it's a way different than there used to be. It
Totally.
used to, I think that's part of the rise of infertility too.
Maybe.
Is people are waiting where, had their children and when society used to have their children earlier. Well, you were done having children. Your fertility issues didn't crop up because you didn't give them an opportunity to know that they were there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I
You
hear
didn't
you.
have that problem when you were 23.
No, no. I mean, not everybody in the whole world.
No.
You gotta be, everybody in the whole world has a potential of listening to this and could be like, well, what about me? I mean, sorry if that was you, but not everybody
No,
is.
I'm not. I'm just talking about, in general.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to talk about it in general. Like, it sucks. It sucks
Yeah.
because in general, doesn't exist in an online environment.
I don't know. I don't know. Who
Whatever.
knows?
Who
All
cares?
kinds of
We're
things.
hanging out here in Horton Town Square is what we're doing. Maybe Holly's gonna have to worry about it. Like, well, you know what, Holly has to worry about just the men she chooses. Really, is what this turns into, because Tate, he can't stop himself, and now Doug, he's gonna be all hanging out with an Ariana or something pretty soon.
Speaking of Tate, something's wrong with Tate.
Yeah. Well, what's your
In
theory?
there.
What's your theory?
I think he's going to have some kind of medical need.
Like a cancer?
Something. He's going to need something.
And who's gonna have to save him?
The umbilical cord of the baby.
Oh, stem cells from the baby. Oh my gosh, because that baby's cooking. That baby's almost ready.
Right?
That baby's baking.
They made Sophia look quite pregnant.
Yeah, she's waddling now.
I know, and that would make, well, they're bonding the two of them together now in a different way. Tate and Sophia, with him giving her the birthday party and all that
In a
stuff.
more real, intimate,
And
togethery
how he was
way.
going to take her
Yes.
to the prom if he could have, just trying all this goodwill towards Sophia.
Because he loves her, Mama. He loves her. He loves her in a Brady Black way because Brady Black can't help himself from loving somebody, and Tate's just the same way.
It's a family thing.
It's a family thing.
Auntie Belle can't stop herself.
Something about the genetics of John Black just makes you horny. I don't know what it is.
And a little bit silly.
And just a
And
little bit, just a little bit.
But then, good gravy. Thank God y'all got Marlena, the voice of reason.
The voice of reason, who should be out there finding herself a John Black, but that's okay. I like her here in Salem being the voice of reason.
What I like about Marlena is, actually, all the matriarch kind of characters. I love that they're so sweet and so nice, and the voice of, just caring and sharing. But if you F with them, they come after you.
Absolutely, that's the way. That's the way to be. It's the only way to be, really. Sandra says, and then they find out that the umbilical cord is not a match to Tate, and it launches the baby daddy story. Because well, not everybody, but there's been a number of people out there being like, Tate's not the dad of that baby. It's Aaron Green.
Aaron, the baby daddy of Sophia's baby.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, but I could see something obviously is going on with Tate. He's going to have an illness, and it's going to be serious, I think.
He's going to go blind. We're going to do a blind
think?
Tate storyline. Sure. I mean, yeah, if he's going to be sick, it has to be serious. It can't be simple.
Yeah.
He's going to be bedridden like Willow over on that other show. I don't know what it could be, though. I don't know. Because what sort of...
Bedridden together with Sophia until the baby comes.
He's going under the knife at the same time she's giving birth.
Remember? They said she needs some more
Well,
bed
yeah.
rest.
Yes, more bed rest, and then I don't know if this was this show or a different one. The birthing partner. He's going to be the birthing partner, right? Tate.
Yes.
He's going to be in the room, not Mom, but Tate.
Yes.
Kimberly was blind. That's true, Sandra. That's why I mentioned the blind Tate story. Because of olden days, Kimberly. Because she's a Brady. Not that Brady's a Brady.
Because,
But
we watched it live or anything. It's just
no, I saw some clips though. Old Dr. Neil Curtis trying to help being a good man. So I don't know what sort of conditions do the blacks have?
Isn't it funny how a lot character by character they've really shown us? Okay, this person did not shoot EJ.
Yeah, we're going through it all.
Another situation where we're absolutely told
It was not this person. It was not this person. With the suspect list slowly whittling down as we learn more about what was going on that night.
We saw Roman nor Kate shot EJ.
No, no, it's gonna boil down to being little Rachel Black, you know.
Johnny didn't do it either.
No, none of them did it. None of them did it. None of them did it.
I think EJ is going to remember who did it.
Doesn't he have footage of it or something? I don't know. He stole that
No,
microchip.
the little chip. He took the little chip out.
Yeah, he took the chip out.
What happened?
Whatever.
What happened?
Where's Rafe? Says Jeannie. He's having a good time. All right. He's drinking. He's thinking about Sammy. He went to go visit Sammy. That's what he did.
It's the same old story with Days of Our Lives. They rotate those
yeah.
characters.
He came in.
You got to presume they are just having themselves some everyday life.
He played his part.
They're having the Truman Show. Part of their life is what's happening.
He did his thing. He told his story. He had his plot. He and Jada split up. He is rotated to this side of the rotating door until it's time for him to come back for some new plot. We don't waste the characters on doing nothing on Days of Our Lives. They're around because they're up to something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And none of the other shows do it quite like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Demare House. Boy, you could be sent upstairs for a month. I've seen Kristen be sent up there for a month before.
Hanging out in the Demira office.
But
Right there
now,
next to the tunnel.
You see her mad as hell and playing Susan.
Yeah.
That's what she did right now.
Lee says it must be hard to play a blind character. I bet it is.
I kind of... What did you think about this, Matt?
What's that?
I could understand why this kind of happened. I really do. But, little Rachel sent out all those invites and not one child accepted the invitation and said, I'll be there.
It's because she's a little terror.
It's because she's mean as hell.
It's because because she's around there running around with class being mean.
She's Heather Mean Girls.
Like, she has no friends. Not a single one. Her friend is the butler that she tortures.
Uh-huh. So they have to make her a little party, and it was cute. I thought it was cute.
It was adorable, costumes and all.
It's cute.
Yes, and it's good that they're there for her.
EJ got her. He's got to have some kind of snideness everywhere, doesn't he?
Well, yes, he can't be just good guy. He's the Stefano. He's got to be a jerk the whole time.
I thought if that bullet just narrowly missed his heart, that he might find he had one.
No, it missed his heart because he doesn't have one.
Only if Bella's around, and that's not really his heart. That's his pulse.
It's his heart on his sleeve when Bella's around. Yeah, she's a bad seed. That's what Jeannie says, and she's right. Rachel's a bad seed. She has no friends because she's too mean to everybody. She takes
everybody off.
The secret to having friends is learning how to lie to people. Honestly, you can't tell people the truth. They don't want to be your friend if you're like, your hair looks bad today. You got to keep that stuff inside. And I don't think Rachel does that.
And why wouldn't you want to anyway?
Well,
anyway, but yeah. But I know everybody's Brady and Kristen are worried about where little Rachel is and her psyche, and they should be.
Mm-hmm.
That little girl. I mean, and she was having a good old time with the AJs. Do you think she blocked out that she perhaps shot her uncle?
Perhaps. Maybe she did. Maybe it was none of them. Maybe it was somebody new. Maybe it was Dougie 3. Maybe it was Stefan.
Maybe it was Crazy Rachel.
Maybe it was Crazy Rachel. Maybe it was Kooky Connie.
Crazy Rachel.
Oh yeah, Rachel, woman in white. Maybe it was Crazy Connie. Connie's back. Maybe it was Lee Shin.
I wonder how long it will be before we're actually told. It can't be that long.
I don't know. If we're crossing suspects off the list now, so we'll whittle it down to the last couple, like a reality show. You're eliminated this week. You're eliminated this week. We're down to the final two. Who's it going to be? The big reveal after the break.
Big reveal. I don't think it's Gabby either.
It's Ariana.
Ariana will be coming back next week.
And she's going to jump right into Doug's bed. I think that's how that works.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I mean, I think that's what the pictures were.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
You know how they do it on Days of Our Lives, Mom. You
I
can't
do.
come to town
Well, you get
without
around
sleeping
my
with somebody.
Around.
Immediately. You gotta, right away. Funny they did an Alice in Wonder.
It was funny this week when Alex, everybody's so mean to Kristen sometimes, but she deserves it. Where Alex was like, no, no, thank you. Kristen was so desperate.
She was.
She was desperate, huh?
I mean, when she hasn't been recently?
That's true.
You know, like from memory juice to giving up the gun to wanting to shoot Xander and not, and shredding cars, and just she's just been on the tail end of desperate for months and months and months and months now. She needs something to calm her down. She's been drowning in cortisol. That's the stress hormone. And when you get flooded with that for too long, you get depressed. It gets hard. She needs a break. She needs vacation. She needs to go somewhere. She needs to go chill in New York City. She needs to go visit Toronto. She needs to go to Buenos Aires. Something.
Maybe she ought to.
Maybe she needs to go visit Trip. Why Trip? Why not Trip?
Yeah.
You know, why not? Take a trip to go see Trip. A trip to Trip. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it. Go out there and go save John Black. Just get out of town for a little while. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Sandra thinks that John Black's organs are going to be donated in mass, and he will save multiple lives after his demise. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
I think that I still think that there's going to be some kind of a sacrifice. He's
got to blow himself up with that nuke. Come on, he's still got to do the nuke explosion.
going to save something. He's going to save something. I think his life is going to save all kinds of people in some way.
The predominating theory right now is it's going to lead to the Bo. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Because he was Bo's brother for a minute.
Oh, okay.
Because he used to be Roman.
Oh, that's okay. That's true.
Bo and Roman are Brady's together.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Peter Reckel's 70, by the way. I don't know if everybody else knows that, but he's 70.
Who is?
Peter Reckel, who plays Bo Brady, he's 70.
Wow.
Yeah. Kristen Alfonso is not. I think Kristen Alfonso is about the same age as you.
Oh.
So, given the fact that Bo's 70, I don't know how much running around he's going to be doing. She's 61, Kristen Alfonso is.
Oh, so she's only 2 years younger than me.
And then Peter Reckel himself is 70 years old, born in 1955.
Wow.
Yeah. He definitely doesn't look 70, that's for sure.
No, I don't think he looks 70 either.
No, sir, what? No, sir, what, Michelle? Oh, no, sir, you didn't know? No, sir, you did know? No, sir, I'm wrong? Because I just looked it up on Google again, and it just said the same thing, so I hope I'm not wrong. Jeannie remembers when Passions did an Alice in Wonderland parody, so that's fun.
That is fun.
All right, Mom, I'm going to change the background to Beyond the Gates one more time. Let's pick one more topic to talk about them. What do you think? What do you think? Is it Danny-centric? Is it Vernon-centric? Is it Martin-centric?
Well, Anita's buddy's coming back to town. The girl decided she'd come back.
Mm-hmm. Are they going to do a reunion album?
Articulates, right?
The Articulates, yes. And she,
Yes.
What secret is she going to reveal? What is she going to do to P.O.
Well,
Anita?
I saw the preview I saw. I don't know how lighthearted it is, really, where Anita says, "Girl, you can't come over and flirt with somebody else's man."
Well, maybe she's always just been like overly flirty with Vernon.
Maybe.
One of those things. Bo doesn't seem 70. Yeah, he is. Yes, the girl group. It'll be fun, says Lee, and I think so too. I think we're having a little fun on the show. I think that it's no accident that Keith D. Robinson is known for singing. We're gonna get our musical episode, Mom. It's not gonna be a nurse's ball, but I think we're gonna get an episode where everybody sings for some reason.
I think so
too.
That's cool. I actually heard that.
Yeah. The upstairs neighbors it's built in some sort of furniture, I think, upstairs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good times.
I heard that.
Yeah. It gets a little noisy in this place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's part of the reason why it's hard to podcast at 9, because sound travels big time.
Well, maybe the format of today might be the best.
Maybe. Maybe. Well, hang out with the channel with us as we continue on. But for the future of Beyond the Gates, I'm excited to see what else is coming, because we're at a point where, without sounding too critical, like I get what's going on. I understand the position that these people are in. I know who likes each other and who doesn't, and all of this sort of stuff. And I'm just, like there is. It's not like there's not movement, but we're not getting anywhere at the same time.
Right.
You know.
I've seen a couple of real filler episodes now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one thing I have to say, I do have so much compassion for Eva right now. I really
Yes.
do. I thought that her brother did her some good, took her to the house,
Mm-hmm.
and he was pretty good with her. I think Kat will come around eventually, but my gosh, stupid Leslie just really encouraged her, made her feel encouraged her, having to meet her at Elfie Jean's. She really wanted to go, and then it's her birthday. No, Leslie actually just broke her heart a little more by the time the scene was over.
Yeah.
Broke her heart a little more.
We're supposed to feel really bad for Eva. We're supposed to be big Eva fans. We're supposed to be on her side and hope that it really works out for her, that she finds the strong family unit with the Richardsons and she pushes Leslie away as far as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, maybe it's going to come down to some sort of big confrontation between Ted and Leslie that ends it all. Or Nicole and Leslie. I don't know. But it is probably the most compelling and interesting part of the show right now, is all of that stuff.
And Leslie's so bold, she just finds a way to come into everybody's house and just walks in.
Hey, what are you going to do to me? Shoot me? Somebody will eventually. I hope Eva doesn't get railroaded.
Danny, maybe.
Maybe. Lee hopes that Eva doesn't get railroaded for a crime that she didn't commit, and that might be where it's going. They might put the blame on Eva for the whole Laura situation. And through that whole debacle, new alliances, truths, and consequences, New Mexico will come out. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I'm ready for something. I'm ready for I'm ready for the homeless lady to be some sort of high impact thing. For the articulate to have some sort of show shattering secret. I'm ready for something.
Yes.
I'm ready for something to happen.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to that scene of Ted and Nicole, like I said, with the new Ted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. So congratulations on the most compelling parts of the show so far. Still lots of questions out there. What is the future of Bill and Danny? I mean, Haley started off like a firecracker and a rocket ship on this show, and now we barely even have her as even a presence, barely, in my opinion.
Right. The only thing lately, they've been they're trying to make a baby, evidently.
Or something, but like
Bill's not a fight, and of course, Bill still has a health crisis in front of him too.
Yes, because his ticker is not ticking properly. It's talking when it should tick, and we don't need that. But like Haley took up much more space on the show than she is now, and so I'm curious to see what else is out there, what else is going on. I'm still on board. I'm still watching, and I'm ready. I'm ready for a big Beyond the Gates summer.
And I am too. And you guys, it's okay. I'm talking to you Gates people over there, not us fans, but it's okay to have Ashley and Derek play.
It's all right. They can go. They can be like, oh, what a huge opportunity in, I don't know, Nebraska.
I'd rather keep Ashley's mother than keep Ashley at this point.
Ashley's mother. What if Ashley was Joey's daughter because of Ashley's mama's previous relationship with him? That was something I was thinking about.
Well, that would make her more interesting, at least.
It would make her more interesting, and also provide more of a reason for why we're doing anything with any of these characters.
I liked the scene, and not because of the story, but I liked the way the story was told.
Mm-hmm.
Scene where Ashley and Derek are talking to Naomi and her husband.
Mm-hmm.
How they do the back and forth, complaining about the same things with their friends.
It's like they're telling the same story from the opposite POV.
Yes, I thought that was excellent. I thought that was just good soap making.
It was.
I did.
It was a
I thought that was
classic maneuver.
Yeah, I
And
liked it.
I'm with it too. It goes to show strong fundamentals always makes a great product. So keep up with it. You don't
But
have to
and
rewrite anything.
Derek and Ashley are obviously going to break up. And if one's going to stick around the canvas and one is going to go, please, 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 let's use that little bit um, of the budget in the firehouse for something else.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We'll keep Ashley. You can go away, fireman. Fireman Derek, get on out of here. All right, folks, that's gonna wrap it up, I think, for this afternoon. Just a little toe in the pools of Beyond the Gates and Days of Our Lives this afternoon.
Yeah.
Beyond the Horton Town Square gates, live with Matt and Kat. This was fun.
It was fun.
And I got to click back and forth between backgrounds, and that was a good time, too. So anytime we were talking about days, it was the chalkboard. When we moved over to Beyond the Gates, it was the Beyond the Gates background. And that was fun for me to do live.
And yeah, and I don't think that, it's against our the way we do things, as far to say, we're going to do the first 20 minutes, and then we're going to do the second 20 minutes.
That's not what we do.
That doesn't feel like us, does it?
Yeah, it's totally not us. What do you expect us to do? Have a linear conversation that's logical and one topic leads into the next and we don't go back to finish a conversation we started 10 minutes ago? Come on. Sandra says this worked with both Days and Beyond the Gates. So, hey, I'm glad that you guys had a great time. I'm glad that you hung out with us this afternoon. We'll do it again. Come back next weekend, folks. Hang out with us more Beyond the Gates. We got Mother's Day coming up soon, huh? Or did that? That was last week.
Last Sunday.
Did I forget to say something to you?
Last week, we had to leave early.
That's right.
I could go.
That's right.
Go to
Oh,
your
we got Father's Day coming up next.
Yes, that's June.
All right. So hang out with us until then, and then you make a decision to hang out with us all the way through to the big GH conventions. General Hospital fan event that we're still taking donations. We're going to get the payout from the last time, so you guys surpassed the threshold that YouTube calls for when it comes to a payout. So I'm going to get that any day now, and we're going to convert that into the ticket, one of the tickets. So thank you very much for that, because that'll contribute to the main event ticket that we're going to get.
Yes.
There's one more that we had our eyes on. We're trying to, and then maybe we're still in the process of figuring it out, but we can figure it out easy with donations from viewers like you.
Yep.
Everybody else remember viewers like you? Do they still do that on public access? Anyway.
Oh.
I don't know. Anyway, folks, that's it. Get on out of here. Don't let the gates hit you on the butt on the way out, and remember to swing for the fences, folks. I've been Matt.
I've been Kat.
And we'll see you next week live right here on the 10th Floor Podcast channel. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Subscribe.